Yo, what's up? This is Mana from the Fresh Native. I'm gonna show you how to draw Asian style dragons. This is not like the traditional way or anything, it's just my style. And I'm gonna show you how to do it from like the head to the feet, to the scales, and all of that. Okay, so first let's go over references on what a dragon should look like. A dragon's a mythological creature, so you gotta make up its own structure. What I like to do is, for my references, I use a ostrich foot, the one I have here, or chicken feet. I have a chicken feet, I can't find it right now, but I usually follow the bumps on the foot, kind of make it look like a claw. Second is skeletons. I use any of my skeletons. I'll use that as a reference for the plate of the head. The shape also, I'll use like alligator pictures or whatever, because it kind of looks like an alligator. And for the body, I'll use kind of like any standard lizard, mostly like a frog because they have those weird legs, and I'll show you that later on in the bit. For the horns, I kind of just use my horn skeletons, make you follow like the textures and stuff like that if you're going to get real detailed into it. Another reference right here, you can kind of follow. So like getting into the anatomy now, I'll break down on how like a dragon, I usually draw my dragons. I usually draw them in 4 sections plus the head, so like maybe 4.5 to 5 section drawing here. So I'll just lay it out like a straight drawing. I sectioned it off in 4 pieces. 2 of the ends is the tail. At the end you have the foot, the hind leg, and at the end of the neck I just add a head. So if you can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a 4.5 kind of section. And then the legs I'll usually draw hinged, kind of like a frog. So backwards, and the back one kind of going forward and then back. So again, it's a mythological creature. You can make it any way you want. This is just how I do it. So for the legs, I'll show you real quick. I section them off in these sections here. So the front leg and the back leg. The front leg, I'll draw kind of backwards first and then forward with a claw, which I would use as a chicken foot or an ostrich foot. Back and then forward. For the back leg, I go forward, bang, and then back. Kind of like a frog. So with the foot, the claw, I'll use like from a chicken as my reference. Forward, back. Super simple. And you can stretch out however you want later on. Now for the claw, this is the leg. I draw a hand, like kind of a triangle, a foot, a finger, like a finger, branched off, and then other finger. I'm trying to copy like a chicken. That radius I'm drawing is where the first appendage will bend, which will be like the little finger knobs I'm drawing right now. And then your claws. So you break it off into like these sections, right? So I draw this little scaly knobbies on the top, kind of like a chicken or like a hawk or whatever. And then you kind of just detail it out from there. You can create it however you want. I usually do 3-finger dragons, hardly 4, but I'll use like a little hook at the end as like an appendage type of thing where it has like a kind of like a 3.5 hook, and I'll show you that later. But this is how I sketch out the foot, claw, blah, blah, blah. There you go. So now I'll draw one where it's kind of like the arms coming down right here, and then I'll have it facing up. And you can just draw it a million ways just using this formula. So like I have the hand up, the finger up, the bendable finger, and then I'll draw the claws at the end. So this is another 3rd finger coming off the hand, and then the finger. See how I draw that bendable appendage? It has to all fit that radius so it looks, you can't have one finger longer than the other. And then there's the claws, and then you just refine it from there. Now you can kind of see I'm just detailing it out, you know what I mean? And the little details off of that little sketch upon another little more detailed type sketch. Then you can color these any way you want. I usually make them like a chicken foot, the same color as a chicken foot. So like this is the back hinge, the little appendage I was telling you about, kind of like a little claw. You can add your own little flair to whatever you want. So onto the head. I usually draw a circle, and then I'll draw like a center line for the eyes, and then down the center of the head where I think the center will be. For this one, we're gonna do a little short stubby nose type of dragon. You know what I mean? I'll draw a triangle for the nose and then bring that triangle out to make the whole bill type of thing. And then this one, I'm gonna exaggerate the mouth a little bit, make it a little bit wide. So I bring it out here, and then gonna draw another triangle, bottom jaw, bring it out. And make sure that these two triangles kind of align a little bit. Mostly I'll put the bottom jaw a little bit longer so the teeth stick out, but in this case, we're gonna kind of line them up. And we just start detailing it out from there. Horns on the top, put the little circles to mark it out, and then we go from there. Now, I just detailed it out. Brought the horns out, added the ears, start structuring it out, shaping it out, adding the nose. And with this, you want to add long whiskers. Dragons have long whiskers and long hair on the sides. Now here I just inked it. It's really quick, a really quick sketch, but that's basically it. With a dragon, you kind of want to add the whiskers, the hair, like the mustachy part, the bottom chin hairs, and the long frilly hair on the side. That's what really makes it. Longer it is, more wiser it's supposed to be. So I do crazy shit sometimes. I'll make some elongated hair, and it just adds super dope character to the dragon. For this one, we're just gonna do a little short one, a little small guy head, and then like a long bill. You know what I mean? You can make an infinite amount of different styles of dragons. So like for this one, detailed it out. We kept the mouth closed instead of open. Added some hair. These I didn't really draw the hair too long, just to kind of show you really quick sketch of like how you can get the structure of a dragon head. It's pretty simple. Okay, here, scales. I see some jacked up scales out there, man. Nobody's scales lines up, so I'm gonna teach you how to do it. Usually, I just draw it out. I've done a lot of scales, so I just draw it out like so. But you wanna keep them all straight, so they're all in the same flow. Like, so if they bent together. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna, I'm gonna show you a quick guide on how to get good scales. You make like the outside on how wide you want the scales to bend. Since the outside is going to be where the biggest scale is, and the inside will be where it's tighter because it bends. So you want to make 45-degree angles perpendicular to the line that you're following. So you make these 45-degree angles one way, and then 45-degree angles the other way, almost like an X. So you can see I'm making it. Now I'm going to bring this line down, and it's going to start to connect to that bottom line right there. So now these lines have to connect with the opposing line that you're making at the top, so it'll all be the same. Now you have like this grid of X's, right? Now you want to just fill it in with the scales, just little like half circles, bam, 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 bam. That's it. It's pretty much simple. It'll flow when you do like the rest of your dragon. Simple. So now let's put it all together. I'm just gonna draw a wacky shape, you know what I mean? And then just follow the anatomy of the dragon and just start piecing them all together. As for the scales, I kind of shade it from the center of the scale out to the scale, kind of lighter. Takes a little bit longer, but it looks nicer. And this is just a quick sketch, so you can create it any way you want to create it. But this is how I do it, and hopefully you like it. And if you like it, just follow the easy steps. Super simple. Alright, this is Mana from The Fresh Native. Peace out, and I'll come with more videos later on. Peace.